Welcome to Game Corp, a bi-weekly podcast where we reach into the Imagisphere and plot the next great video game idea. I am the CEO of Game Corp, Bryce.
And I'm the CEO of Game Corp, Beckers.
Last time on this podcast, we made Pokemon Sword and Shield. How did that do?
Okay, so we made Pokemon Sword and Shield, but we didn't make the Nintendo one. We made a different one. So the sad part...
You mean we're not Nintendo?
No.
No
matter how many Pokemon games we make, we'll never be Nintendo. So the sad part is that it was a really good idea, but since we named it exactly the same, we got in trouble and now everyone's mad. If only someone had suggested using a different name, maybe then that really smart person could have stopped us from doing bad, but who knows?
So what you're saying is this is Nintendo's fault.
Right.
Okay. Well, hey, do you want to help us fight back against the jerk company Nintendo? Well, we need your video game ideas to achieve this goal. So send us those video game ideas using Twitter and the hashtag GameMateCorp. And then hit the Twitter button and tweet it out with a cool video game idea and the hashtag GameMateCorp. And then we'll use it. Thank you.
Yep.
Beckers,
I have a game idea.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, so let's get warmed up with a hot one, a spicy one. So this game that I have in my idea box, it's a game. It's based on the premise that if you wear an orange vest and you walk around with confidence, people will let you do anything.
Okay.
And go anywhere. Yeah. So say that you're a regular person. You'll have to imagine this because I assume that you're all very special because you're listening to a quality podcast. So assume you're a regular person and you want to get into a construction site because you see a treasure chest.
Okay.
This is the game. Treasure chest. And you want it because that's free real estate. So how do you get in there?
So you're going to live in the treasure chest?
No, it's a meme. God, you're so old. We're not old. We're young. We're hip with the memes. So it's free real estate. So you have to get in there. So you walk up to the fence and you...
Hey, Beckers. By the time this podcast comes out, I'll have a birthday. I actually think this comes out on my birthday.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
He's gonna level up.
Sure. So you're telling me about there's a treasure chest, but you're not allowed to live in it?
You can live in it if you want, but first you have to get it. Okay, so you're like, gotta go get this treasure chest, and you walk up to the fence, and it's chain link, and there's a man there in a hard hat, and he goes, "What are you doing? You're a regular person. You can't come in here. This is for people who belong here only." And you're like, so what do? Right? You go home because you failed, and you live your life in misery.
And then you
Wrong. You don't do that.
Yep.
Idiot. God. So stupid. So what you do is you find a disguise. In this game, the only disguise you get to pick is the same one every time, and it's an orange vest.
Okay.
So I picked the construction site because it's level 1.
See, I feel like that would be level 10. I feel like that would be the hardest level.
Why? Everyone wears a orange vest at a construction site.
Exactly.
You blend in. It's like a zebra in a herd of zebras. It's perfect.
if you look okay, if you went into Starbucks dressed as a Starbucks worker, people are going to take notice and go like, "Hey, shouldn't they be doing the work? Shouldn't they be involved? Like, why aren't you're not? Are you a new worker? What they're gonna?"
Yeah. So you get up in your Starbucks gear and you walk confidently behind the counter and you start digging in the cash register. Everyone's gonna be like, "Yeah, that's normal."
But they're gonna go.
That's exactly what I would
I don't
expect.
recognize that human being. It's weird that they're just. See, if
There's
you're
no such thing as a human being. They only come in pinto and vanilla, and there's black beans, and there's no human beans. I got him. I roasted him.
The
like a
reason
bean.
the orange vest works is because they look like they are here for a job, but they're not. They don't work here. You would not know them, but they're here to fix the pipes or the rummage around in the rafting or something. So you can't go like, I know you, like I should know you, but I don't know you. This is a thing. You're wearing the orange vest to say, I work here, but I'm not one of you, so don't hassle me. But if you're in the orange vest territory, then they're going to go, we're wearing the same uniform. I feel like I should know you.
That's all you. So all you have to do is rub yourself on the other orange vest workers so that you pick up their scent, and then they won't be able to tell you apart from the rest of the herd.
So, okay, so construction workers can only see based on scent. Sounds perfect.
Yeah, and the next level, or just a different level, you have to go to a hospital, right? And you'll be like, oh, there's construction over on the 4th floor. This is normal.
Because there's a treasure chest there.
No.
No?
There's not. Why would you think that? No. You want a baby.
What?
You want a baby. It's all you've ever wanted. That's why you had to get the treasure. So you could afford the nursery. God.
So
it's like you're not listening at all.
Do you just start the game with like a list of things you want out of life and an orange vest, and you just have to make your dreams come true with the orange vest?
Right. Sure.
Okay.
That's perfect.
You wanted a treasure chest?
So you walk up in there in the 4th floor. Guess what floor the 4th floor is? It's under construction.
Lingerie.
Guess what? It's lingerie. But it's pregnant lady lingerie in the hospital. Yep, that's where they sell that maternity lingerie. So you go up to the 4th floor. You take the stairs.
Okay.
Because you're worried about your cholesterol.
Oh, I thought the elevator was under construction.
And you go up to the maternity lingerie store, and there's a bunch.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of pregnant women, and this is actually the last level. I decided because this one's going to be really hard. I'm forming some ideas up in this noggin.
Okay.
All right, so you go up to the maternity lingerie store.
Yes.
And you see a bunch of women buying stuff. Some of them don't even look pregnant. Some of them are extremely pregnant. And you pick out one of those. You pick the biggest one. The one that looks like the ripest.
So there's not any babies just laying around. There's just
because
future babies ready to have.
Yeah, because actually women who wear maternity clothes, actually they're pregnant. They haven't recently had a baby. That's why they buy maternity clothes, because they're pregnant.
I thought this is lingerie.
Yeah, lingerie is clothes.
So because it's clothes that would make a baby, because people wear it when they've got to make some babies, it's maternity clothes?
Because people only ever do that when they're trying to make a baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting that there's another reason to have sex? She's staring up at the ceiling.
It's that time of the podcast where I'm tired of Bryce's shit.
This is game number 1.
Yeah, that's usually when it happens. So anyway.
Go on.
You pick the ripest fruit. You find her. The biggest belly.
I want to make it clear that Beckers just referred to a woman as fruit that she wants to pick.
It's a metaphor. It's poetry.
For what? What's the metaphor stand for?
For a woman that's about to have a baby.
Yeah, what's the picking stand for?
Well, you're gonna take the baby.
Okay.
I thought you could see where this was going.
Okay.
You're gonna follow her. Okay, so you go up there, you find the ripest mother to be.
Okay.
And you pretend to work up there. You're like, and you grab the ladder you brought with you because you bought it as there's a store, right? And you used your treasure chest to use the coins if you bought a ladder, right? So you placed it in the lingerie store.
Why didn't you just grab a ladder from the construction site?
You could do that too if you explored, but it gets riskier and riskier, you know? The longer you stay, the more likely someone's going to notice that you're not actually Fred, you know? They look, because you guys look a lot alike. That's why the first level's so easy. You look a lot like Fred.
Oh.
But sometimes somebody's going to look closer. George.
Oh, okay.
That's why you look so much alike.
Really?
Yeah. We've done it.
It's a Harry
Put
Potter
Harry
reference.
Potter in this game. All right. Okay. So you take the ladder, you set it up in the lingerie store, you climb the ladder, and you move a ceiling tile. You lift it, you put it to the right, and you put your head up there, and you just put your arms up there, but you're not actually doing anything. You're just watching for her to leave. And then as soon as she checks out, she's got her purchases and she's leaving, you get down, you put the ceiling tile back, you pick up the ladder, and you follow her out all nonchalant because you're at work, right? You're pretending to be at work, and you've got your vest, and nobody suspects anything. And then she leaves, and you follow her home. And this is why this is the hardest part of the game, because an orange vest can get you anywhere. People let you do anything. And this is where they test all your skills, because you gotta find a way to make it look totally normal that you followed her into her house. And then at some point, she's gonna have the baby and you're gonna take it.
This doesn't sound problematic at all.
No. And you're gonna take the baby.
I'll be honest, the taking the baby's probably the least problematic thing you've said.
Do you think that this game is going to get to be aired? Because I feel like every time I have fun, it's not okay.
I'll leave that up to the censor.
Please.
Go on.
That's it. And if you don't get the baby, then you're going to go to jail. But if you get the baby, you beat the game. I told you about level 1 and level 10. What else is there?
Why does getting the baby make it so you don't go to jail?
Because you get the baby and you leave, and then you walk off into the sunset, and that's all. It's not explained.
So the game ends with you being arrested.
Either way?
Yes. In fact, if you get the baby, you get arrested sooner. But
what?
You do still have the orange vest. So when the guard comes around for rounds, you're just like, I'm the jail replacement guy. The bars, accidentally locked me in, and then they'll be like, well, you got the orange vest. This checks out. And then you get out, and it's an after the credits scene.
And then there's like a thing where you put on your sunglasses like Horatio at the end of that show, and then you're like, ah! And then you make it out. And it's like a setup for Orange Vest 2. Except instead of an orange vest, it's something else. And
then at the actual end credits, it comes up with a PSA that says,
don't steal babies or follow pregnant women home.
And don't trust anyone in an orange vest.
Be aware of everyone around
yes.
you. Nobody is safe. You can buy orange vests off Amazon. I checked. Yeah.
Yeah.
This game, I think it feels pretty ripe. Let's quit developing it before it gets rotten.
Hey, Beckers, do you know that KFC made a game where you date Colonel Sanders?
Go on. No.
KFC made a game where you date Colonel Sanders. It's a dating sim, and you gotta cook. I guess he likes you if you do cooking good. That's the premise.
My word.
Also, there's a Japanese exclusive game where they're allowing you to date the villains of Disney movies, but they're like sexy. They made them sexier. And I was thinking, I don't appreciate them. They made Colonel Sanders sexy in the KFC game too. I don't appreciate them trying to change the characters to make them more dateable and stuff. So I am going to open up a dating sim set in Disneyland. And it's all the characters available at Disneyland, and it's just the normal ones. The Ursula looks like Ursula. She's not all sexy, unless you find Ursula
I thought
sexy.
She was sexy already. Yeah.
I mean, whatever works for you is there, but
She's got tentacles.
That's a whole genre.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole genre of film. Beckers, have you ever been to Disneyland or Disney World?
I've been to Disney World.
Wow, look at you, fancy person.
Yeah.
I have never been to either of them, so I have pulled up a Wikipedia article.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, according to this, there is Main Street USA, which I don't know who would be there. There's Adventureland. Mickey. Okay. Yeah. There's Adventureland, which is a thing. There's Frontierland. Where's that, like... Okay, there's Mickey's Toonland. Obviously, Mickey would be there. Like, where does Ursula... Like, I know they have Ursula, and they have the guy from the Beauty and the Beast movie. And
the Beast?
No, the
or Gaston.
Gaston. Like,
he doesn't need to be changed.
Where did they hang out?
Probably Main Street USA, because that's like, isn't that? Yeah, like Cinderella's castle's there, so they got a lot of the things.
I thought Main Street USA was just like, here's where you buy stuff.
I mean, yeah.
But also the characters are just hanging out there too, in front of a shop.
No, I mean, they don't have the characters just walk around the parks anymore at all.
Why?
You have to go somewhere and meet them and get in line, like a ride.
Okay. Tell me about Disneyland or Disney World. Tell me about Disney World.
It's the most magical place on earth.
Is it?
Yeah.
When did you go?
I most recently went about 4 years ago.
Ooh, you went multiple times?
Twice. Once as a child. I was like 8.
When I was wasted.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. I loved it. And then once a few years ago.
How many characters did you see?
Like a nun, because I didn't want to wait in line to meet somebody in a costume, you know?
Okay, but did you see them? Did you like?
Yeah, I went to we ate somewhere where there was all the Winnie the Pooh characters. I took a picture of Piglet. He's my favorite. Piglet.
But Tigger's the bounciest of them all.
I like Tigger too.
Did you know that they have the Kingdom Hearts version of Donald Duck at Disneyland right now?
Yeah, because I'm an avid Kingdom Hearts fan.
Yeah, were you real excited when you saw his big walking stick?
It was crazy. Yeah. Like Gandalf.
Yep.
Gandalf the Feathered.
Okay. Apparently there's no characters at Disneyland. My whole premise is flawed. Next.
Well, okay. Japanese Disneyland, they let the characters walk around.
Okay.
And that's because people in Japan are polite and better than everyone else.
But I wanted it to be because they're already making the.
But I don't speak Japanese, Beckers.
No, it's the fact that the Japanese are the ones making the sexy Disney dating sim, and they probably already made Ursula sexy at the Japanese one.
Probably.
Yeah, so I wanted it to just be like Ursula, and then you had to learn what Ursula's into. Maybe you go like kidnap the Little Mermaid and bring her to Ursula, and then you get some dating points, because all the dating sims are about like finding out what they're into and then going to a store and then purchasing that item and then giving it to them, and then you unlock new costumes for them that usually have less fabric involved.
Oh, well. That's I just made that sound I made is that face. The oh, whoa face. Oh, whoa. Hashtag hip with the kids.
Okay.
Oh, whoa.
I bet Kylo Ren would just be shirtless all the time.
Adam Driver. I know who he is.
Cause of the Star Wars.
Because of the Star Wars.
Did you find his shirtlessness attractive?
It was odd.
It was weird. His proportions.
How high-waisted his pants were very weird. I've never seen someone wear something like that, so I was like, that's odd.
His proportions seemed unrealistic.
Because of his high-waisted pants.
That too. And his very broad shoulders, and just it felt like the top part of his body was a rectangle.
Why are you body shaming him? You're just as bad as the Japanese Disneyland.
Hey, have you been enjoying this episode of Game Make Corp? God, I hope so. Because I don't know. Hey, I would like to take a moment to thank our Game Make Corp investors / Patreon supporters who help make this show possible. Hello, Aaron C. I see you're quite awesome today. Alex Weber, wanna watch the movie Flubber? Cause
the first one didn't rhyme. Why didn't you try to first?
Because
no, go on. I'm enjoying this. Please go on.
Hey, Andrew Feisner, you'll never make me cry, Snur. I hope you enjoyed these great shout outs that I made for you.
I made him do it today.
And if you would like this to never happen again, you can help support us at patreon.com/lastgeek. And then when you do the thing, tweet at Beckers saying, I am doing a Game Make Corp shout out, and I never want Bryce to do it. Please. I don't want this. No one wants this. Please, Beckers. Thank you for supporting the show.
I feel like some people might want to hear you do it, Bryce. Some people might actually like you. I mean, there's somebody for everybody, right? Somebody has to like you. That was too mean. Okay, all right, it's time to move on. I have a game idea.
Okay.
How are you feeling? Are you all right over there? How are your feelings?
I'm gonna drink chocolate milk now.
He's drinking his pain away. All right. Bryce.
Beckers.
How many kindergartners could you take on before you were overpowered?
Okay.
Well, in this game, you're going to find out. I read this as like a hypothetical question on Reddit, and now I'm making a game.
Is it a VR game?
Yes.
I feel like this would make most sense as a VR game because like with a VR game, you're like when you need to punch something, you're using your hand to punch something. You have the actual like physics movements and all the stuff. You're not like clicking the punch button. And with that will be like, how many can you take on? Because you're not playing as a character with a strength and deal. You're playing as yourself, and thus, like, you're in VR, it would know how tall you are and stuff and such. So it's a VR game about fighting kindergartners. Okay. Do the kindergartners want to fight you?
Oh yeah. They're furious.
Did the kindergartners instigate this? Is this self-defense?
Yes.
Okay, I feel like that's the best.
They're criminals. They're terrible little people. These kindergartners.
I assume we're both unarmed.
Uh-huh. Everyone's unarmed except for your fury.
Is it like an empty space, or are we in like a kindergartner room?
Just an empty space.
Okay.
I don't want you to be able to grab classroom desks and beat children with it. No.
Hey, maybe they'll work together to grab the classroom desks. I mean, it's their home territory. They know where all the cool weapons are.
Okay, so the kindergartners are revolting.
Okay, are you a teacher?
No.
Okay.
They're rebelling. They want to overthrow the government.
Okay.
And you are the first line of defense.
So aren't they like every young person in the last 10 years? The last 4 years?
You don't know where they're coming from. You don't have time to figure it out, because here they are.
Okay, so what makes this game anything other than just punching small opponents in VR?
So the kindergartners, they walk at you.
Okay.
They run at you.
Okay, so
they come towards you.
Okay, here's the thing I think.
One by one.
Because this
at increasing speeds.
Okay.
What?
Well, like, Borderlands has small psychos that are about toddler-sized. I think they're supposed to be small people, but they're about the right size, so it could be just, how many of these could you fight? But I think, when you think about it, children are more resilient than adults.
And they're more furious. And they have screeching.
They don't have all their bones in, so they can just like flop around more than a adult can.
They regenerate. So they come flying at you. They're running and they're just piling on, and you throw them off. And I'm picturing like a wrestling rink. But it's just whatever. It's the platform your game is on. It's just a platform in space. It's VR. It doesn't make sense. It's fine. They're spawning on the corners of the map, and they're running at you, and they're piling on, and you just have to keep throwing them off and kicking them off and punching them off.
I mean, yeah, if it's just a void in space, then it's just a matter of throwing them into the void. Where I feel like if they're in a room, then like the fact that they have no bones just makes it so that they can just get up and come at you again.
You're in a room.
Okay.
And You lose once you're so overwhelmed by kindergartners that you can't move.
Like some sort of classroom. School of hard knocks. Beckers, I have a video game idea.
I don't want to do my idea anymore, so good. Let's go.
Beckers, I have a video game idea. Did you know that there is some person who wants to remake The Princess Bride?
Yes, I saw that.
And everyone agrees that it would be a horrible idea to make a new Princess Bride movie.
I feel like you're waiting for me to disagree, but I can't. Not even for the meme.
You want a new Princess Bride movie?
No, I'm saying I can't disagree. I think it would be an awful idea.
Yeah, people think it would be a bad idea to make a new Princess Bride movie. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying don't make a new Princess Bride movie.
Yes.
Okay, we're on this.
When someone says I can't disagree, it means I agree.
Oh, okay. That's double negatives confuse me.
Bryce is easily confused. I feel like it was fine.
Okay. Go. So I want to meet them in the middle, and we'll just make a new video game about Princess Bride. And like all our best ideas, we're not gonna make it in the obvious way. You're not gonna play as Princess Buttercup. You're not gonna play as the Dread Pirates Roberts. Wesley. It took me a second to remember what his human name is. You play as Prince Humperdinck. And you have to make this frickin' war happen. You have to figure out how to thwart Princess Buttercup and the Dread Pirates Roberts and Andre the Giant and the whole gang and do it so that the war happens. Okay. So, let's go over the obstacles.
I need help.
What?
Question, hand raised.
Yep.
So what I remember about the Princess Bride is that there's a princess and there's a guy, and the guy's just a regular guy. So he and the princess like loved each other or whatever.
But he said as you wish.
Yeah, he said that a lot, and then he left.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then she got engaged to be married to the prince, who was a real douche. And
engaged against her will. The prince was just like, hey, no one will raise a big fuss if I marry you and then you die. So guess what? You're marrying me now.
Yeah. So that's happening, and then Wesley comes back. He's in disguise, but you find out it's Wesley.
Yeah. Before that happens, the princess gets kidnapped from the castle.
Isn't that Wesley?
No.
Or who kidnaps her?
No, it's the swordsman, Andre the Giant, and the
guy that says inconceivable?
Yeah. Because they take her to the people that he wants to go to war with, his country, and they're like, oh, we'll murder her there so that when they find her body, they'll say that these guys did it so we can go to war.
Ah, okay.
And then Wesley, it turns out that like there was somebody following them. It turns out it was Wesley. Well, it's Dread Pirate Roberts was doing it, and he battles this. He first climbs up the big mountain. He battles the swordsman. Then
the mountain has a name, and his name's Andre.
The
giant.
Okay. They battled the
Inigo Montoya.
And didn't you kill my father? Prepare to die.
That guy.
It does a strength contest with Andre the Giant, and then they do a battle of wits, and then they save Princess Buttercup, but Princess Buttercup is like, I hate pirates, and then she pushes him down hill, and then he goes, as you wish, and then she throws herself down the hill, and then they die, and that's how the movie ends.
Yeah, I remember that. Because at the bottom of the hill, there's a bunch of rodents of unusual size, and they eat them, and they're dead.
Yep. And then they get sucked into the sand pit.
Mm-hmm. And they die, and they're dead. And they die again.
Yep.
They actually die twice.
And then there's the fire pit, but those are fine because it does the popping noise, and no one has ever died to the fire explosions.
Right. Okay, so now that everyone knows what the Princess Bride's about,
but then the weird people give him a potion, and he comes back to life.
And then he dies again.
He does. He dies. There's a lot of dying in the Princess Bride. I mean, they suck the life out of him. It was a whole thing. And then they put on a big cloak and scared them away. Okay. None of it, the third act really does not matter. If they get to the third act, you fucked up. You already lost. They cannot get that far. So, how would you do it better?
If I was the prince?
Yeah, if you were Prince Humperdinck trying to start a war with the other country.
Okay, so this is like old times, right?
Yes, the Princess Bride isn't modern day.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Unless you're suggesting unless you're suggesting we do a modern day remake of the Princess Bride.
This is exhausting. This is utterly exhausting. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to say, yes, Beckers, that's right. And then shut up. Okay, so this is a long time ago, right, Bryce?
He's always bothering me.
Oh my god. I'm on his soundboard. You're so smart. All of the life just left my body. I'm so done.
Okay, Beckers, what's your idea?
So here's my idea for this game, which makes it a game idea.
Okay.
It's in the past. So
Yeah.
what I don't understand is why the king can't just lie. He's already got henchmen. He can make the people believe whatever he wants.
I mean, because not everybody on his team is corrupt. They need the non-corrupt people to see, oh yeah, the princess was because during the whole thing, while the princess was kidnapped, Prince Humperdinck made a big show that he was like trying to save her and stuff and following along. And then it wasn't revealed till later that Prince Humperdinck was the one who arranged the whole thing. So he needs to and yeah, if they have to kill somebody, because they can't just be like, oh yeah, the princess died, it was the other team, let's go get him. Because what if the princess shows back up and are like, hi, I'm here for the wedding, what's up? I feel like that'd be real bad for your politics. Maybe re-election doesn't go well.
He can just wait till his father dies of natural causes, and then he can find one guy. And the guy's like, oh, he was poisoned. Oh my god, this is the poison from the other kingdom. And then boom, war, easy, done. I win.
What if he likes his father? What if he doesn't want his father to die?
Well, you should have. Well, war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Gaining new territory? Resources? Getting more people on your side because they don't want to change leaders in the middle of a war. I think you just need to find somebody, and maybe this was just a thing that just could not happen with Prince Humperdinck, but if he just found somebody who did want to marry him, it would have been fine. He would still he still would have had to kill them, but she would have gone along with, like, she wouldn't have had somebody chasing after him or after her trying to rescue her, and all that, if I guess really just pick somebody else. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Okay, Beckers, you got a game idea?
Yeah, my game idea is good because it's not either of ours. So this is a game idea that was submitted to us on Twitter by Suburbanite Slob at the Alexander Web.
Hey, I know that guy.
I know that guy too. He's cool. He's good game ideas. Here it is.
And he's a Gaming Corp investor.
Oh, whoa.
What's the game idea?
We're going to make a stealth game where you're a cat trying to eat as much food as you can from the kitchen counter without the human noticing. I just realized something. I forgot to tell you what the kindergarten game was called.
What's the kindergartner game called?
Thanks, Bryce. It's called Kindergarten Cop.
Why?
Because the kids are rebelling and you're stopping them as much as you can because you're the kindergarten cop. That's you. So you're a cat now. That game's over. This is the new game from our good pal. You're a cat. You're trying to eat as much food as you can from the kitchen counter without the human noticing.
Go on.
I think.
Wow, this is the first time I've heard of this happening. What's it like?
Bryce.
Beckers?
I'm gonna get you.
I'll see you in like 4 days, 3 days, 2 days.
You're dead.
Wow.
I'm so frustrated.
Beckers, tell me what makes this game amazing. Would it help if you were holding a cat?
No. I have a lot of cats, so I've lived this game already.
Okay.
I have too many cats.
Hashtag feed that cat.
They like to get into my things, like bread and other stuff that I put on the counter. God, do they love chewing on leaves. And then they never actually eat them. They just spit them out and then leave them. Cats, am I right?
Isn't catnip like a plant?
Yeah.
So maybe they just think all leaves are catnip.
I don't think they've ever seen a catnip plant.
Maybe they are born with the knowledge that catnip exists, and they just have to like figure out what it is and where it is. They're like, there is a plant that is just will get you high as fuck, and so they're just trying them all. Yeah,
they just want the nip. They want a nip of that bud.
all cats go to rehab.
Yeah, all dogs go to heaven. All cats go to rehab.
Yep,
that's nice.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay.
So I think that you're a cat and you're trying to get up on the kitchen counters and there's a human that's in the house. Except for the tutorial level. There's no human in the house in the tutorial level because you're just learning how to use the controls. But I've thought about this. But you can eat different things and they give you power-ups that help you get other food and get past the human and stuff.
Okay, what's the power-ups? What's the food? What's the power-ups?
So I think that there's one food you're going to eat. What do cats eat that could make them really fat?
Do you know how many cats I've owned in my life?
I'm guessing 0. By the way that you're being all dramatic. Bryce doesn't know anything, so I'm just taking over from here. So there's going to be it's going to be a big wet food bowl, okay? That's it. And if they eat the whole thing, then they get the power up that makes them a big chungus or make a chunker.
Pasta primavera.
A big plate of pasta primavera. And it's going to make them really fat.
No, Beckers.
Oh my.
Look at me in the eyes.
I'm trying not to.
Lasagna.
Fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. God, I'm gonna turn in my badge. I can't top that. All right. Lasagna. If they eat lasagna, let's just have them turn into Garfield. Just straight up. Just straight up. They get a lot less agile. They're not good at jumping, but they can hide food in their folds for storage.
And you just get to be a real dick to your owner.
Yeah.
You just get to yell at your owner and be like, make me some more lasagna.
Bitch. Yeah. And like, it's a power up because you're alone. Like, it's a stealth game, right? You don't want them to catch you eating. So you eat it. And then if they look at you, you verbally abuse them. And then they cry and leave for 5 seconds. And that uses up your power up.
But then you got to worry about Odie showing up. And then he'll do shenanigans.
He'll bite your tail.
Yeah.
And that you won't like that. He'll take one of your lives.
And you got 9. Because it's a cat game.
Yep. Fun little cat game. All right. And then I think there's going to be spicy food.
Okay.
And if you eat the spicy food,
yes,
you're going to breathe fire. I don't know how that's going to help, but I want it.
If you burn the house down, they won't care how much food you take off the counter.
Therefore, you win. And also, you escape the house. You get your freedom. And that's a special alternate ending.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So we've got the Garfield power-up and the burn down the house power-up.
Yeah. So, you know what cats do a lot that I want to incorporate into this game?
Poop?
Close.
Purr? Sleep?
You're colder. Getting colder.
Vomit?
Yes. Cats do that a lot. So I want to figure out how to work puke into this game. Like, maybe after they puke, they get skinnier and they can jump higher. Or, since that's problematic, maybe...
I'm glad you're starting to recognize that.
Oh, you don't get to say that today. I don't even know, like... I don't even know how much people will have heard by this point because so much of it will have had to have been cut out. But Bryce has been bad today. Anyway. Or they can puke and then the human's going to have to like get down and clean it up and it'll distract them. And then you have space to eat something else like an Easter lily. Like maybe there's an Easter lily on the counter and then you eat it and you lose a life because cats can't have those. They're poisonous to cats.
Okay.
And that's where your cat knowledge comes in. If you have background cat knowledge, you'll do better at this game because cats, yeah, they can't have Easter lilies.
Can humans?
Why don't you try eating one? See what happens.
But what if it's bad for me?
We'll know after you eat it.
Okay, what's catnip do? I feel like catnip is going to be like on a very high shelf. It is very hard to get, but that's what you're after.
It's gonna be like in Mario Kart when you get the star.
Yeah,
you're just gonna turn a rainbow and move really fast, and the whole kitchen's gonna start strobe lighting, and it's gonna be nuts.
And you're invincible.
And like you're just gonna be spinning in circles around on the screen. It's just gonna be like a fun thing that happens, like an Easter egg.
Is there a dog in the house?
Yeah.
How many?
But sometimes he bites your tail, and you die. We've covered this.
No. Well, that was specifically Odie, but there's apparently a dog in. If you eat lasagna, the whole game looks like a Garfield comic, and the dog that was in the house now looks like Odie. But normally it's not Odie. Okay. I had a clever idea. Okay, so with the dog, not only do you have the food, but it is also a race to try and eat the food before the dog gets it. So there's like you have to fight off, distract the dog.
So this human is zero able to control his house.
I mean, maybe they're just real Beckers about it.
How dare you? How dare you? I say as though I didn't come home today to barbecue sauce all over the carpet. Noah.
Is that a cat or a dog?
He did. It's a dog.
Okay. There's so many of them that you could just say Prince Charles and I'd be like, which one's that?
Big Booty Judy.
Then there's just like a stork. I think it's like, sorry.
They're not sorry. They never are. Yeah. Noah found my barbecue sauce stash.
What
hide it from Alex.
What power up did it gain from that?
It made me very angry. What does that do for him? I don't know. I can't tell because it's affecting me.
Maybe if you eat enough of the food, the human just gives up. It just goes like, I don't care anymore. Just do what you want. Just here's the fridge. Take what you want.
But then the dog might eat the cat. So it's a double-edged sword. You get a free frenzy, a feeding frenzy, but you have to eat the right thing to be able to beat the dog. You have to find spicy food so you can cook the dog and eat him.
Or if you're real stealthy about it, you can eat the barbecue sauce and make the human think that it was the dog who did it, and then the dog will have to be put outside, and then you'll get free reign over the barbecue sauce.
Yeah, for a limited amount of time. What else do cats like?
I don't know, Beckers. I've never seen one.
I don't know, Beckers. What do cats like?
I don't know, Beckers. What do cats like?
I don't know, Bryce. That's why I asked you. God. See, he bugs me. So it's my turn. I just want to see him be unhappy. It's all I want. It's too much to ask.
He's always bothering me.
See, all that does is remind me of a time that you deserved everything I'd give to you.
Okay, Beckers, that has been 5 game ideas, sort of. I don't know. What do you want to go with? Because I can't do it.
We had Orange Vest, the dating sim that wasn't made, Kindergarten Cop, Princess Bride Simulator that you infuriated me out of participating in, and whatever that was. What should we name the cat game? I think the cat game should just win. Because, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe if we come up with a better name for Orange Vest.
Untitled cat game. Untitled cat game.
Because of the goose thing that's happening.
Because of the Untitled Goose Game.
We're hip with the kids again. We did it.
Yep.
Untitled cat game.
Okay. All
right.
If you've been listening to this podcast,
I'm sorry.
I'm also sorry. Beckers, where can people find our apology letter?
If you go to twitter.com/Dr. Beckers with a Z, you can message me, like not message me, but tweet at me and I'll see it because no one tweets at me, and I'll say to you personally that I'm sorry for this episode. Also, I stream once a month on Twitch at Dr. Beckers with an S, and you can see the look on my face when you say that was horrible, and you can just see the shame in my eyes while I say, I'm sorry, insert Twitch username, you're right, and I'm bad. Bryce is bad.
When are you streaming this month?
TBD.
When did you stream last month?
I streamed twice the month before. It's an average of once a month, okay?
You can follow me on Twitter at Last Geek. You can follow me on YouTube at youtube.com/lastgeek. We also have cool Let's Plays. By the time this is up, the Overcooked 2 Let's Play should be up for everybody.
Which is the best one we ever did.
Okay.
I'm so serious.
If you are a Patreon supporter, you will have access to the Monster Prom Let's Play.
And we got all suave and dressed up when we played that game because we were going to prom.
You get to see what Becker's wedding dress looks like.
Mm-hmm. I wore it.
As you do to a prom. And, okay, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram.com/LastGeekPlays, Facebook.com/LastGeek, LastGeek.com for links to all the podcasts. And that's probably it. Thank you for listening, and hopefully you can go do something cool. And while you're doing that, remember, have fun.